to an hour 30 minutes.
Teketeke Nation Live brings to you
Inawezekana.
Inawezekana.
Good morning, in the evening. This is Teketeke Nation Live, the #1 online channel under the sun that is voicing the voiceless. And the program on air is Inawezekana. On this program, Inawezekana, we talk about different practical tips that young people can embrace, can use, can apply in their lives, waweze kukuwa na means to earn a living and to be economically empowered. All of us understand that currently the way things are in Kenya and even in Africa, job opportunities are so scarce. There are many graduates out here from universities and tertiary colleges, and finding a place to kupiga job, hata internship imekuwa very complicated. But there are different ways. Not all of us can fit in these offices, so we discuss different ways. Unaweza piga uradi hapa na pale, upate hiyo pesa na uweze kukua economically empowered, maisha tu mazuri, tukisubiri serikali ilete zile 5 million jobs ambazo wali promise. But today it's even more nicer because I have a brother and a friend ambaye ametoka mbali. I have seen him do dirty stuff, amefanya vitu ambazo I never imagined that ingefika siku kama hii tuweze kuwa na conversation kama hii. And allow me to introduce our today's guest, my bro. Karibu sana to our viewers. Okay. Wewe ni nani, unafanya nini Nairobi hii?
Yeah, my name is Steven Anyonje. I'm an accountant by profession, and also I do side hustle in terms of consultancy, both on bookkeeping and taxation. So I'm happy to be here at least to give some youth the hope. There is hope.
Inawezekana.
There is a way you can do things.
Na iwezekane.
Yeah, and you just need perseverance and discipline. Yeah.
Yes, so as we start this interview, kindly go on our YouTube channel. It's Teketeke Nation Live. Subscribe on Facebook, Teketeke Nation Live. On Instagram, it is Musa Watabu. Twende kazi. Bro, I left you at some point in life ukifanya garbage collection.
Yeah.
How did you move? Ama nini likupush ukaacha kuchukua garbage?
Yeah, well, we just say it in our local Sheng language.
Yes.
Kivumbi.
Kivumbi?
Yeah, Kivumbi.
Ilikuwa ngori.
Okay. What happened is, I can just give a brief history on how it started.
Yes.
Okay. I'm coming from a family of 8 kids. And it was really, my dad was doing the casual kind of job.
We're gonna hustle.
Yeah. So he didn't earn so much. So there was a little bit of struggle for us to go to school. I remember there was a time when I was in Form 2, there was no money for us to get school fees. What happened was my dad had to get an accident so that we get money. I don't know how it happened.
Mbuyu aliorganize accident.
Alibondo tu akitoka job. So the company that ile company vehicle imbonda ikamlipa. So my dad said instead of him using the money, the checks to be transferred to the kids wale wako shule. So we were 3 of us then on the secondary level. So it was a little bit tight for him to pay for school fees. So what happened when I finished Form 4? I even finished Form 4 with fees arrears because I was a smart kid in school. So the teachers never
wanakuelewelewa.
Yeah, so when I finished Form 4, I asked my dad, are we going to college? He said no.
Ako honest.
Fika Form 4.
Umekula mbuku, that's enough.
Kuna watoto 6 nyuma. So there's no need. You just wait. So after like a year, he told us, in the brother who follows me, he told us, okay, what you need to do is you need to look for your own house.
Mtoke kwa ile kijambuyu mwende kivyenu.
We don't even have work. Hatuna kazi, tumesota mtaani kubaya. So akatafutia nyumba huko kwa.
Hiyo saa mko hika Nairobi.
Tuko tu Nairobi. Akatafutia nyumba kwa slum huko, akalipa rent tukanunua mattress na blanket, akatuambia from now henceforth hiyo nyumba mjue venye mtalipa. Chakula mkuje mkule. I don't have a problem with that. But nyinyi. So it was a lesson. Okay, me, I've never hated my dad because of that.
Hakukuwa na uwezo. There was nothing much.
Initially, there was that hate. Like,
ulikuwa nafikiria mbui kwa nini mbui anatuneglect?
Yeah. But with time venye lesson ilifundisha like kuwa self reliant. Naona kuwa self kujitegemea. That's one thing I like with that lesson. So tukaanza kuishi huko kwa Islam. After 2 months, rent. Imagine the house you it was only 800
800 bob, wanaume wawili hapo 800.
We don't have.
No mare.
Yeah. So tulikuwa like okay, mzee atalipa wapi?
Yaka kanyagia.
What did I tell you?
2 months.
I'm not going to pay. And he was very serious on that. So we were thrown out.
Mkatupa nje.
We were thrown out.
So nane.
Yeah, we don't have.
What happened?
You don't have work.
What happened?
So are you going to get 800? So we were thrown out. So I told my brother, we need to be smart. There's that guy who prays for the people. Wale waombaji wa mtaa.
Wale waombaji wa mtaa.
Okay, now the guys call them watapeli or something, but that guy, those guys played an important role at that point.
Unasukumia maombi.
So I went there, I knew that guy hata refuse. Nikamwambia usi bwana pastor
Mtumishi.
Sisi hatuna mahali pa.
Tuko na shida.
So I took that advantage. You see the religion part. So the guy has refused. So the guy had a madhouse. Ile alikuwa anatumia na watu wanakuja, wanaomba, alafu wanaenda.
So nyumba kaingia pale mkadozi.
So the guy, hiyo nyumba ilikuwa inalipa 500. So akatambia ina shida nyinyi mtakuja mlale hapo. Kuna mattress mtalalanga hapa. Alafu asubuhi mekini show mnafunga mattress vizuri mnaiweka hapo ka.
Juu nyumba ya kazi pia.
Yeah, so we continue with our laziness.
Mmesha get so bado mnakuwa lazy.
So you continue sleeping. So one day a challenge came. Hatukuwa peke tu, kuna there was another mzee pia alikuwa anakuja na mahali pa kulala. So
hii Nairobi kuna watu matatizo mnakutania pale.
Stressful. So the guy akakuja mwenye saa mwombaji akaanza complain. Akasema hii nyumba normally pays it 500. We need to chip in 250. Can you imagine, Moses? We didn't have that
250.
At the end of the month, you don't have it.
And how are you eating and even dressing?
Okay, eating, it wasn't a problem because what the dad said,
mtakula hapa but
tunaweza kula.
So mnarudi home na dish.
Tunaenda, na tena tunakula saa zile mzee yuko.
So madha akiwa
It was stressful. So ikafika time this guy can insist like 250. So nikamwambia bro, mimi sijui venye wewe uko. But mimi nataka tuanzishe story ya garbage collection.
So how did the idea of garbage collection come into your mind?
The idea came because I saw it in another, nilikuwa nimetembea Jericho.
So
kuna vijana wanafanya
panga
collection. Then mtaa yetu ilikuwa chafu.
Kuna
garbage. Nikasema if nikireplicate this idea
hapa hivi sometimes
see it can work. So at first it was difficult, but tulipick. We decided to mobilize the young
guys hapo mkaanza kitu.
Then nilikuwa able to mobilize
40
guys and wakabuy that idea. The problem is kila mtu alikuwa anaibuy on a different angle. Kuna yule alikuwa anaibuy akisema like kesho atakuwa amenunua Sahara.
So wanataka pesa macheras na kamaraka.
2 years atakuwa na gari. You see, they saw it the way I was explaining the vision to them. It was a big thing. Jumini kono explain like tutakuwa na truck, trailer, nini ya kubeba magari. You see the vision. You see in every business when you start, you need to have that vision. So nili explain that vision. So nikakuwebo kumobilize a lot of guys because nilikuwa na need that workforce. So the problem is kenda time tunataka kufanya registration. So because then youths walikuwa perceived like criminal.
Yeah, so that time mungiki
so much complication ikifika saa ku register youth group because ulikuwa lazima majina zenyu ziandikwe, ID number nini, and then those bad youths wale walikuwa within us hawakuwa very comfortable with ID.
Na staff sasa madama ID ina to expose.
Yeah, zitaenda kwa police nini, you see. So we had to lose some members on the way.
So mko shake off
wenyewe
wakaji shake off.
So we started. So at first it was a voluntary job, the idea was tunabeba garbage, tunaenda kutupa, and then tuna collect some money kununua polythene ya kuweka, and then we don't pay ourselves. The money goes to the bank. So
mjinyime for some time.
Yeah, ikafika time ikakuwa unsustainable. So we had to introduce a 120 shillings wage kwa kila watu wanaingia kazi. So we had to set it like twice in a week. So watu wanaingia wanafanya job, mtu anapewa 120. So we tukaput our target of 6,000 every month. You are going to save 6,000 every month. So ilikuwa 1,500 per week. Tukicollect tunaweka 1,500. Tukasave. Can you imagine? I don't know how Tuli managed to do it because I had convinced those guys, the entire team, there's no money inatoka kwa bank. Now everybody alibuy that idea.
So mka save tu.
Tuli save for a period that was between 2006 to around 2009.
Mnaeka tu macheda.
Tukasave. So
na nyie mnajilipa ile 122.
Hiyo 122.
Mko fiti.
So there was a time ikafika guys kuna wale walikuwa wanaona hii ni mjinga.
Na wakajitoa.
Yeah, how are you saving money? We are not even using the money to enjoy. So wakajitoa. Ikafika time.
So out of ile tumia 40,
the 40
those who persevered mpaka mwisho ni watu 5. Perseverance is difficult.
So nikamwambia, so what do we do next? So we need to, kuna jamaa wetu alikuwa anapenda kwenda cyber cafe Huruma, anaenda ku browse. He doesn't know even how to use a computer, but it's the fun part of it. Akatuambia okay, the guy is called Felix, wherever you are, you know yourself. So akatuambia okay, see idea ikakuja, tunaweza do something.
If so cyber cafe.
Nikamwambia yenyewe, but tukipiga hiyo capitalization ni pesa msemaina haja. So but ipoa that particular year tulikuwa tunafikiria that thing. There was this inaitwa World Social Forum. So foreigners walikuwa na meet Kasarani, youths wana meet. So we happened to interact with a foreign guy called Jobalu. Jobalu ali make some impact.
I'll change story.
Yeah, because we told him our story. Akasema okay,
come nice.
You guys, what do you want? Tukamwambia, you don't give us any money. Just buy for us one computer and a printer. One computer and a printer. So the guy did, because he can't shift computers and printers. What he did, alienda shule. The guy was a teacher. Akamobilize some donation. So the guy sent us $500. At that particular time, he went accumulate to 35,000 shillings. So tuka receive that money. The good thing was everybody alikome by that idea ya tununue computer na printer. Hakuna mtu alikuwa afikiria tukule. So it worked out. So no computer, no printer. So challenge ikakuwa, where do we rent a house? We don't have a house. So tukaenda tukajenga kibanda ya mabati where it was like grabbing anyway.
Mligrab shake mkasema nini?
Tukajenga hapo kwa barabara, tukasema this is where tunaweza jenga. We are the youths of this town. That's the bad attitude by the youth slums wanakuanga nao. They just take it. So what happened? City council came, because these are illegal structures.
Wakaangusha.
Imagine you have spent 30,000 on that structure.
Ikaenda kama maji.
It was very demoralizing. Lakini at the end of the day, we convinced ourselves it was illegal. So we decided we are going to do it legit way. We need a house. So we went and rented a house. We bargained. Can you bargain? Have you ever bargained a house? The rent is supposed to be 6,000 and you're convincing the landlord that, you see, we are the youths here.
Yakijenga akwa na youth in mind.
Can you imagine? The guy bought the idea. The landlord said, okay, you guys are going to pay 3,500. Yeah. So we came.
Mkaanza cyber.
One computer,
one printer.
And the only person who knows how to use computer is one. The entire
Nyinyi wote ni mabonoko.
Even me, I didn't know how to use it.
Lakini dream nayo mko nayo.
Dream iko hapo. So after hapo tukaanza cyber. It didn't iko ina make so much. In a month ilikuwa na make 3,000. Juu per day unapata umefanya photocopy na printing. So haina net.
Mko na mneti.
Yeah, it's just printing.
Na mko watano.
Sasa tukaendelea kumobilize.
Mko watu watano kwa tao tatu.
Group ya.
Nasema nilipaje rent?
tulikuwa tukilipa na nini ya
Garbage.
because ile savings here tuko na kanga savings every month, so inakuwa 6k then at the end of the month tunaenda tunatoa tunalipa. So nikawaambia hivi because nikaanza ku get interest, then nilikuwa the treasury of the group, so nikaanza ku get interest na history ya finance. Nikaanza kujiuliza history ya finance tunaweza anza ku get insight ya how za manager wa own cash as so nikaanza kujiuliza naweza get wapi information, but kuna so much information kwa internet. So nikaanza kuangalia kwa internet, naangalia, so the best thing mimi nilikuwa naangalia nilikuwa napenda kuangalia software za manage finance. So naangalia venye zina work, nenda tutorials za YouTube, so nika get interest. So the funny thing, I knew how to use QuickBooks, an accounting software,
hapo tu online
join college ya accountancy. So hata nilikuwa naambia nasoma kuhusu controls and everything, naambia kama ni itabidi juu tuko wengi, hakuna haja tukitaka kwenda withdraw pesa tunaenda sisi wote bank. That's stupidity. Wacha tuchukue checkbook. It worked. Guys wakaanza kusema this guy Van Home says
ni normal
say kama si huyu hii group yetu financially hatuwezi kuwa juu. I was very strict. So nikakaa msia akaniuliza mbona usiende hiyo nini ya accountancy.
So akaanza kuuliza, so this time nayo before when they college accountancy hii cyber imefika wapi?
Cyber bado tuko na computer moja, so tunanunua comp moja after every 3 months
mnaeka na
net sasa tulikuja ku connect hizo computer tulinunua kwanza, hata tukuweka internet, tuliweka games za watoto.
Also watu wanakuja pale
kujanga wanafinya tuachia makobole.
Unafeel poa
when tulifikisha computer 8
ndio mkeka net
Sunday tukatafuta.
Na how long did it take you kwa
a period of almost 4 years ku set up hiyo cyber. We are paying the rent and everything. There is no internet, tunakula tu revenue ya games za watoto.
Na kizi kwa zinalipa hizo revenue
games ziko zinaleta do. Ikafika level sasa tukadecide okay, because you are not paying ourselves, because you are just 5. Nimepiga calculation nikapata tukitoa hata 15k every month kwa revenue haita affect. So what we need to do, we'll be paying each and every member 3,000. That's an average of 100 bob. So the idea was member wetu asifukuzwe kwa nyumba. It was not about
ilikuwa tu ile kitu yako ile ya nyumba.
Tulikuwa na members wetu msia na tupwa nje ya nyumba. So kasema like okay, 100 bob per day, that's 3,000 a month. So 3,000 now then tuko nalipa 2,000.
I see mbaya
1k wengine walipa 15. So tukasema member wetu
asifukuzwe kwa nyumba.
That's the idea. Si eti ni allowance watu wasifukuzwe kwa nyumba.
Tunarudi bro. No, to our viewers, I gather from Steve that life ni ngori, but 3 most important things that wametake a period of about 4 years kujaza cyber 8 computers. But their vision ilikuwa ni kwamba they want to have an operating cyber cafe, ikuwe na computers zina work na ziko connected kwa internet. How patient are you kunacha idea yako ili ikaweze kumature enough ianze kupatia earnings? Most of us we start businesses, unataka ukianza wiki ya kwanza, the first weekend imekupatia pesa, umeshaenda ushago kusumbua watu. It takes time before biashara ishike na iweze kupatia pesa. 4 years kujaza a cyber cafe with 8 computers ndio weke internet. How long are you willing to wait and persevere through the process uweze kuona matunda biashara yako? And then kuna something that drives people to do things. For him alikuwa mahali 250 shillings zimewashinda kulipa. What is the driving force ya wewe get into business? Sometimes you're getting into business, you are too comfortable. Uko na wazazi, wame provide everything. Kila kitu wako ni easy. Forget about business, nenda ukule pesa ya wazazi kisha utakuja tuzungumze. But if at all there is something pushing you out there, baba ameshakwambia kwamba nenda kule nje ujisort. Umefika mahali rent yako ni 250, not thousands. 250 Kenya shillings. So mbili na chwani. Hiyo tu ndio pesa imekushinda kulipa. Na mko wanaume wawili, which means kila msee inafaa lipe 125 bob, lakini hamwezi raise. That kind of pressure will make you develop a business idea. And I meet many people who ask me, how do you develop business ideas? Business ideas ni mtoto wa shida. If you have a problem, shida yake ya 250 ilimfanya akaona garbage kwa estate na akarealize there is an opportunity in garbage. My brother.
Yeah.
Sasa si garbage ndio mnaokota.
Yeah.
Cyber ndio iko na
Cyber
internet.
ndio
What pushed you to go to school? Ama nini likufanya wewe?
Okay. What pushed me to go to school? Cyber ilikuwa na nilikuwa nafanya cyber asubuhi. Nafanya paka saa 8. Alafu tuna exchange because everyone wanted to work in the cyber. But
Ilikuwa ni place lucrative.
Ilikuwa lucrative. Kila mtu alikuwa anataka kuwork. So the problem was most of us, watu wengi walikuwa na the skills. So ilikuwa ina take struggle. So ikafika a point because nililearn so fast. Wakaniambia we kaanga kwa cyber. At least tuna customers, they are very happy with you and everything. So I had to stick there. What happened is the money hakukuwa na pesa enough ya ku sustain. So there's a time kulikuwa na opportunity ya casual job ya mjengo. East African breweries. There's a company that used to was called Epco Builders. Nikaenda kazi huko.
Piga mjei mbaya.
Kama mtu wa mkono juu, the money is not enough.
So ile unataka kutop up sasa hii.
So mimi nikaenda nikachapa job. So nilikuwa nachapa job, nikishatoka job 5 na kuja tena kwa cyber na extend mpaka saa 4.
So umepiga mchana mzima then unaka mpaka saa 4. Na ndio vijana dogo wanataka kulala saa 2 kama kuku.
So then tuko tukilipwa match hiyo time mjengo. Tuko napewa 250.
Bado mjei bado ni
250 a day. Excuse. So nikasema ina shida, then it was 1500 a month. 1500 per week. So in a month like 6K. So hiyo job nilifanya sasa mimi na bro tuhame sasa kwa ile nyumba ya muombaji. Remember then bado tunaishi kwa nyumba ya muombaji.
Mlikuwa bado mnapiga maombi, mnamlipa 50 sasa.
Tunalipa mzee 250. So mimi ndiye nilikuwa nalipa, bro alikuwa
ana kakitu.
So tukalipa and I was very comfortable. That's the stupid thing. So there was a time, there was a colleague nilikuwa na work naye job akaniambia, Steve, unaona hiyo nyumba unaishi? Hiyo nyumba mlalalanga. Hautaiambiwa uhame. So I thought it was like a joke. Unajua hiyo nyumba ilikuwa almost karibu na mto. The guys wanaishi area Korokocho Grove opposite. Gomongo, they know the place. Siku moja mvua ikanyesha usiku. I think the river ya
mvua ikakwambia hujui.
So I was just sleeping kwa floor. So it was at night like nilikuwa na feel it's so cold. Sielewi, you see umelala huko kwa uzingizi. Sasa bro ya mine naye yeye ameshaamka amekaa juu, hataki kuniamsha juu na this guy ameniamsha sisikii. So the coldness
ukashindwa ni inaongezeka.
Nikauliza mbona kuna bad. So I took the blanket. Soon the ikakuwa so cold. Everything had soaked. Kila kitu imesoka.
Kuna beshta yangu mwingine alikuwa kwa nyumba pia mvua ikinyesha. Anajua alilala jana ulilala tu fiti ndio ni chini. Unashinda na swim aje? So ulijipata una swim.
Everything imesoka. I didn't come there bro, you see what? Itabidi saa
tutoke hii place. Sasa haukuambiwa uhame but problem imekam.
Hiyo scenario nilisema
inakupush out.
Nilijua hiyo then nilikuwa nimezoea kulipa how 250. So nilikuwa naona like how ya 1k. It's so much.
Hautaki majukumu.
It's so much to me. Unaona?
Times 4
niliona it's so much. So nikasema okay, acha utafute hapo. Tukapata nyumba ya 1000. Iko na maji, haina stima. But it was in at least a good place.
Mwezi swim
Tukahama. Tukaenda. So hapo Sunday life yetu ikaanza sasa na bro. So nikiwa East African Breweries, mimi sasa nishazoea kazi ya muhindi sasa. Mjengo.
Ndio cyber.
Mimi ni mtu wa mkono. So there was one time muhindi akakaa na foreman. Tuko tu tumekaa kwa field tunakunywa ile chai ya saa 4. Akaniita akauliza, "Nani ngapi hapa mtu amefika form 4?" Hakuna mtu aliinua mkono.
Kabaki solo.
So mimi nikaona hakuna mtu aliinua mkono. Mimi nikainu. Akaambia kuja. Naweza ongea kizungu? Nikamwambia akaambia kuja. There was a problem ya translation. Hawa hindi walikuwa na difficulty ya
kuengage na Afrika.
Inspector. Engineers hapo East African Breweries walikuwa na hiyo communication gap. So nikaambiwa nitakuwa nafanya kazi kwa store. That changed everything.
So what is changing everything is the fact that ulifika form 4 na uko na certificate. We need to tell young people that you see there are many young guys out here wenye nimesikiza wakisema kwamba education haina muhimu, which is a fallacy. education is a game changer. Many of us in as much as tumesoma hatujapata kazi, but there's a difference between kusoma, kukuwa na certificate na kungoja kazi, na kutosoma na hakuna kitu nangoja. So a time will come when the only thing that will change the game ni hiyo paper form 4. Uko pale bado ni boy, unaona kwamba umefika, utaki kwenda chuo, kuna siku utafika. Muhindi atakapouliza nani hapa amefika form 4, there will only be one Steve on a YouTube channel Teketeke Nation Live. Subscribe upate history jinsi ilivyo. Sasa ukaanza kwa store.
So mimi kwanza kwa store, I was like, okay, there was one day nilikuwa naona venye site zinaenda. Unajua a construction job is a funny scenario. Mkianza mnaanza 100, mkiwa workers 100. As the building goes up, you go reducing until. So nikaanza kujiuliza one thing. In case this EABL project iishe, what the company will do, niende inaweza ni release, waniitie kazi baadaye. Na nikajiuliza one thing. Sasa niko at least sifanyi kazi ngumu, niko kwa store. Nikujaza ma store.
Na kama mshahara pia kama ongezeka kiasi.
Mshahara ilikuwa hajaongeza. They don't wakuongezange jumla. You don't have papers.
Au appreciate kizungu.
You don't have papers. You don't have. Where is storekeeper? You are not a qualified one. You're just trained. So nikasema, in case this job ishe, can I still go to another company and look for the same job? Nikapata answer ni no.
Answer is no. So you asked, ulijita mkutano mwenyewe. Yeah. Then mwenyewe ukajiambia no.
Nikajitoa itarudi kwa mjengo. There was one guy alikuwa ni ama site engineer, alikuwa anakujanga kwa site, anasoma drawings, kama mafundi wote wamemeka makosa, ana highlight, anasema bomoa hii. He was a very young guy. Hata kama alikuwa amenishinda na miaka mingi, ni maybe 4 years ama 3 years. So I happened to talk to the guy. Nikamuuliza, na hii kampuni yenu new ulipwa dongapi? The guy is a civil engineer. Akaniambia, okay, you know it's not good for someone to reveal salary yako. But akaniambia, for you as a young man, kukupe motivation in life, I'll tell you the truth. Honestly, those guys are paying me 300,000 a month. So nikakuwa like, okay, me I'm being paid like 6K a month. So that gap. So nikamuuliza, kwani what did you do in the one? That's so much. Akaniambia, me I just finished high school, nikaenda kole, nikafanya civil engineering and that, nikaenda internship and then nikapata job. That's it.
Ukasema that's simple.
So akaniuliza, how old are you? Nikamwambia, me hata since form 4 nishaka 10 years. Sijaenda kole, mimi sijui hizo story. Akaniambia, you're still young. Tafuta tu course yoyote. Ile una believe unaweza fanya. Tafuta tu any course. At least kuna some profession. That was then. Even now wishing to meet that guy because I've never met. Because it changed everything. Ile 6K nilikuwa napewa kwa hiyo kampuni, nilikuwa na save
yote unaweka
na iweka yote juzi cyber iko. Cyber ilikuwa na me I only needed 3,000 a month kukula na nilipe rent because my rent was 1,000 and 2K was enough.
Jo hata utumii mtu fair.
2K was enough although it was about sacrifice.
Sao tatu umefunga budget.
Ilikuwa nimefunga. But ilikuwa sacrifice. Imagine something with 3K. So you're not eating proper.
Hii pressure ya vijana kupiga luku nini, kupiga sherehe.
So I saved for 5 months.
5 months
6K.
Ni kama dosi ya dawa au ruki.
Then nilikuwa tayari nishaenda KCA University ilikuwa hapo. Nikaenda kuuliza fee. So I only when I calculated the 30,000, it was only a one semester thing. Nikafika hivyo akaniambia, brother, hii pesa tuition ni 22. Bado tujalipa exams. So I was like, okay, what we need to do, pay the tuition fee. I'll pay the exams later. Nikalipa exams later. Alafu sasa unajua unasoma aje? Nikao utasoma tu the first semester pekee.
The
next.
Juu sasa kweli
money. So then on the way things go south. On the way I was fired because those guys don't like you going to school.
So au waindo leporeleza unaenda chuo wakakuchuja.
I was fired. Niliamua tu ni either ufanye kazi ama usome. So I was fired.
So you're going to school ilikuwa interrupt na kazi?
Mimi nilikuwa natoka job 4. But sasa wako wanapendanga mtu anatoka job exactly on time. Like unajua saa ukiwa unasoma unakuanga focus.
Umefocus,
like
you need to leave ukimbie daro.
They don't like that. So nikakuwa fine nikamwambia either nichague between shule na
Job.
kazi. Nikaangalia nikaona nilikuwa survey na cyber na garbage. Let me just take
Go back.
Nikasema it's okay. Nika hand over everything vizuri kwa
chose
school. It's okay. Nikaenda kusoma. You know the funny thing with CPA is you start from section 1 up to section 6.
Umepiga hiyo kitu umemaliza?
Umemaliza. So the funny thing is section 1 you do section 1 you get it's like a notification something that shows you have done section 1. So I was using those notifications to apply job.
Also ukipata section 1 unaanza kuapply job za kidogo. So fees ya hii section 2 mpaka section 6 umetoa wapi?
So hizo fee, so let me just explain how I used to get those fees. Notification ya kwanza nikatuma job, nikapata job kama cashier kwa hoteli. So the guys were paying me 10k a month. So niko na fee. Naweza lipa hiyo fee. Unajua semester inaenda 6 months. So nikiweka like 4k na nalipa fee. So hiyo job ya hoteli sikukaa sana, nilikaa 2 months. Niko na ni hectic juu mdosi ni kama kachenja akasema tunatoka tu kaa watu wengine waweita saa 6 usiku saa 5.
Also with patata time ya kwenda daro.
Na miss classes. Nikaacha.
So dream yako lazima utoboe shule.
Nitoboe. On the way nikaitiwa job IBC ile time walikuwa na advertise biometric clerk. So then we were paying 1,000 bob a day. So at the end of the contract nilikuwa 33k.
Umeua
a semester mzima ya CPA.
So haupigi sherehe anywhere wewe?
Hapana. Never.
Hata hiyo watoto rangi ya tawa ikusumbui?
No. Hiyo nilikuwa
discipline
focus. So what happened is after nimemaliza section 4 nikapatana na a good friend of mine alikuwa anafanya job pizza hii. Nikamuuliza job niko aje nini? Nikamwambia mimi niko tu poa, ni kutafuta job na natafuta. Akaniambia ni sawa, tukaachana. Then siku moja nikadecide kampi huyu msee si nitume tu barua tunataka advertise job. So one thing you need to tell the youth, never wait for a job to be advertised.
Wewe present yourself.
What you need to do, you need to find a way. There's this thing that has really been a game changer to me up to date. I've been able to change like 4 companies. There's something I normally do. It's called a letter of interest. You just write it. You don't know if there's an application.
Wewe unaweka.
The bad thing na applications ni watu tuma wengi. Kama 1,000, 2,000. So the moment before CV yako isomwe.
Ni ngumu.
But the good thing with the letter of interest is when you send it directly to the hiring manager, it's only that alone.
That's the only document amepata at that time.
So anaweza get time ya kuisoma.
Na anashindwa kwanza who's this guy mwenye akona confidence.
So unataking that gamble. Na unapata by the way unaitiwa
na vitu zimewaka.
Out of the 4 companies, I think zile job nimetuma zimeadvertisiwa ni moja.
The rest
3 companies imekonga tu letter of interest. Natuma letter of interest, wananiita interview najipata I'm only alone.
Na saa jana cheza kama yeye.
Na God plays his role there. So after hapo nikapata job pizza hii.
Ukachapa pale unakula mapiza
na nini? It was the best place kwa sababu kitu ya kwanza it was my new accounting job. It gave me the aspect experience. The corporate world, nikajua the pressure cause tulikuwa tunawakata saa zingine hadi saa 6 sometimes na lala hadi job because nilike the real deal accounting sasa. Na hiyo experience ilikuwa boost for my entire life. Everyone nilikuwa naenda kumeet na niuliza, you used to work at nini? I'm hired. You used to work at this company? Yeah, I'm hired. So after hapo nikakaa sijazoea corporate politics, pressure and everything. Nikadecide wacha ni quit. I try something else. It was a disaster.
Umechoma mbaya. Ulichoma.
It was a disaster. So it took me another 1.5 years
to get back
to get another job. This time now I'm getting a job paying me quarter of what I was getting. But you see,
you had to lower standards.
I lower my
ukubali utii dunia.
So the thing is, I was like putting some pressure on myself, asking myself, boss, I was working at Pizza Inn. one of the biggest company. Now I'm going to work for an individual business. Hata it's not category ya SME. Haijafika hata category ya SME. It's just a small business. The guy is paying me quarter of
what you are earning earlier.
So I was like, okay, one thing I need to know is that I need to pay the bills. Yeah. And the thing ile kitu ilikuwa inanisumbua sana ni pizza you are like 50 accountants. So there is a lot of specialization. So unadhani uko sawa but
kumbe kuna other areas
a specific area. So the biggest advantage na kuakia this small salary was this.
Ili kusaidia all round.
I was the only accountant.
So you're all round.
I was doing everything from taxation, payables, receivables, controls, everything. I got the experience I need. Can you imagine Moses, after being fired after 3 months because of the internal politics and everything from that job? It took only 3 days. From the day of firing, I got another job at Parklands.
So
even I didn't know how it happened. So when I got a job at Parkland, in fact I was received like a professional. This guy,
a shima.
yeah, and the company was so huge because these guys were dealing with the importation of spare parts and everything. It was a huge company. So there is a lot of logistics and the custom things and everything. Experience, brother. When I applied again for my next job from that company, it went through smoothly. Here am I have not finished my CPA. Now I'm doing management accounting. I've not finished my CPA, but the experience I have, I'm doing management accounting. Because I'm working and a guy is like, the boss is asking me like, okay, you guy, you have not finished section 6. But you guy, you know these things. How did you? I was just honest. I learn, I look, I check what my leaders are doing. Because in every accounts department, I find there's the leader, CFO.
So you keep on checking what they're doing.
What those guys are doing. And then I also ask.
You ask questions.
Yeah, you ask questions and you just try to be free. And then you build like a rapport. Just ask someone, how is this thing done? No. You'll get assistance and you'll know it forever. So it really worked for me until I reached to a certain level that now where the company where I'm in.
You are at the moment.
Yeah. There's a lot of respect. And
because of
really,
what you are able to bring on the table.
Yeah, and I really appreciate the boss. The boss is a very young guy. And he really listens. And he really gives you a chance. He knows you are new. There's a lot of dynamics in his business. He'll give you all the time you need.
Kujipanga.
He'll tell you, when I came to that company, the boss told me, what you need to do first, before thinking of what you know and everything, first learn the company.
Take time and learn the company.
Learn the company. Don't try and change anything. Because at your position, you're able to change. You can say, okay, we need to change this control and this.
But just take time and learn.
Just learn. After that,
let's keep the road running. Kidogo bro. A story of 40 young men who had trouble kulipa nyumba zao. They looked around, wakashop for ideas, wakarealize kwamba the only thing they can do ni kucollect garbage kwa estate ili waweze kulipa nyumba. Nothing else. Kulipa tu nyumba wasifungiwe. But then 40 guys end up wakashuka polepole wakabaki watu 5. What does this mean? It means that most of us hatuko willing to walk the extra mile tufike kwa ile goal ambayo tunataka. 40 people, only 5 will end up kuona the ultimate goals ambazo walikuwa na chase zikimaterialize. Most of us tunataka vitu mob. But are you in that group of 35 ama una fall kwa hawa the lucky 5? See, lucky, it's a matter of sacrificing, working hard every day kufika mahali unataka. This guy says that as working pale kwa mjengo, anapiga mjei mchana, jioni anaingia cyber, anapiga job mpaka saa 4 usiku. Are you willing kuwork hard? Kuna kijana juzi aliambiwa to work his ass, akasema ametukanwa. So I don't want guys to think na watukana, but don't be so comfortable. Mtu anawaka mchana mzima mjei, jioni anapiga shower, anaingia cyber, anapiga job mpaka usiku. Why? Anataka lipe rent ya sao na save fees ya kwenda shule. Are you even willing to save part of your income ujilipie fees uende shule? most of us hatuwezi kujilipia fees. All the things amesema, they only summarize into one thing. Success ni mtoto wa hard work. Lazima ujinyime usiku na mchana, lazima ujinyime raha, ujinyime sherehe, ujinyime kujibamba, ujinyime kupiga luku. All those things lazima ujinyime. Na work hard ndio uweze kufika mahali unataka. Sasa ile cyber na garbage collection,
Yeah.
how is it at the moment?
Okay, the thing is, there is a lot of transition that happened. Okay, when we were the five of us, it reached a point because we started as young minds, and then a lot came in. Guys were getting married, guys were getting so much commitments.
Yes.
So they decided, because we were five of us, we broke we decided to split so that every person just
Aende na portion yake.
yeah, because the resources that we are having at the moment were never enough for everyone.
Yeah.
So we decided, okay, because we have 4 projects. There was one guy who decided that he doesn't need anything. He's comfortable. He'll just go without anything.
Yeah, ameenda. Anashukuru for the time.
The 4 projects were divided
Okay, I'm saying
among the 4 members. So what currently is happening is some members have their own projects, others have their own projects. So everyone is running independently. But we normally keep in touch just to ask, okay, how is the
kukoje?
Yeah. So what I can say, what I've learned through this life is, it's one simple thing. It should never be enough for you.
It should never be enough.
It should never be enough. Because what I've realized is, sometimes you always put our success like a figure. We say, okay, if I get this amount of money, I'll be successful. But what I can say is, you just need to be hungry. Because
Hungry
as in you push it. Because all my life I've realized that I start working as an accountant, I'm being paid this much, I say, okay, that is much, now I'm going to succeed. After 4 months I realize, this one is not. So I again start applying for jobs and everything, you see. So the thing what I can tell the youth is, there's a simple math that I normally do, and maybe I'll encourage the youth also to try and do it. For example, currently there's some amount you're earning. What you need to do to know if you are earning enough, what you need to do, you need to take your salary or your income or whatever you call it, just divide that amount by 2. And then ask yourself, this half that I've divided, can it cater for my bills? Can I pay school fees? Can I eat? Can I buy clothes? Can it just the normal expense?
The basics.
So if that half can't do it, my brother, I'm just sorry to say,
you need to push yourself further.
It's not about rudeness or something. You're not earning. You need to push yourself. If, for example, it's work you are doing, the boss is giving you that much. When you divide it by 2, you find that it's not even catering for your normal expenses.
You need to push yourself.
You need to push yourself. Either increase your skills, go ask your boss for a pay rise, or look for another job, or alternatively, do like a side hustle gig, whereby you can boost. Because the thing is, on an average, it's an online statistics that research was done. They were just estimating, like, by the time you are going to retire, you should have a liquidity cash of like 15 times your annual salary. Do you know what that means? Your annual salary is the money you're getting from January to December.
15 times.
By the time you're going to retire, you need to have that
15 times.
15 times. So that is a lot of work. Even if you're doing a 10% of your current salary, you can't hit that target.
You need to do other things.
You need to do other things. You need to boost your revenue, because the expenses won't go.
Yeah.
In
They are
fact,
here
inflation
to
is
stay.
really rising. So that's the thing I normally tell the youth. Don't have to be comfortable. Just try. Say, okay, you can say like your 10 years goal. You can say that I want to achieve my 10-year goal in 1 year. Although it's difficult, but I think you'll get you'll have made some progress.
Now, looking into this camera, bro.
Yeah.
Kuna wasee in a similar situation like you.
Yeah.
Their parents hawakuwa na uwezo.
Yeah.
Na wako kwa similar position ya kwamba maybe hawajapata chance ya kwenda kole, ama watu wameenda kole, but things has work out.
Yeah.
looking to this camera, unaweza waambia nini wanaweza fanya ili siku moja wakuwe na story?
Okay, what I can say is the story is just simple. Whenever there was a challenge, I used to think so hard on what to do. And I didn't think big things. I remember there was a point in my life, I was not working, I didn't have money. So I decided, okay, why don't I be buying toothpicks in town and then distribute it? I looked at each and every... you see...
Umuza toothpick?
Nimeuza toothpick.
Na pia kuna
The
pepa.
one and a half year I was not working. Well, I was surviving with that.
Kuna pepa ingine ulikuwa unauza kitambo.
Yeah, there was those polythene bags. Hizo ziliuza alafu government ikaban, so I had to stop. So I started with toothpick. In fact, the idea of toothpick was it came when I was at a butchery buying meat. So I asked myself, for example, I saw the toothpick on the table and then I asked myself, if for example I go and buy this toothpick and I decide to walk in each and every butchery, a restaurant that sells chips, I just walk, ask
every place ukisupply.
I didn't have any marketing skills. It was just
wewe ni
logic.
kuenda kuuliza.
It was just logic. The target market is the chips people, the restaurant, the butchery guys, the motura guys, the guys who say. So I asked myself, because I don't have any marketing skills,
Naenda kuuza.
I just used one statement when I meet each and every customer. Nilikuwa namuuliza tu swali moja. Nauza toothpick. Utachukua. That is the language. Can you imagine?
Ilikuwa na do?
I used to say, I was not working, but I used to make between 1,000 1,200 a day. You see, with the toothpick, the calculation is so simple. You buy a box. A box has 40 dozens.
So one box you can
40 dozens. 40 dozens. So my target was each and every dozen I'm supposed to sell at 150. So because I can't, if I go to you, I tell you buy a full dozen, you won't buy. So what I used to do, I used to tell someone, okay, for every 2 toothpicks, those bottles, just give me 25 shillings. For the two, 25 shillings. So that's an average of 12.5. Because there are no cents, you'll have to take 2. And the language is so simple. I didn't have an MBA in marketing. The simple language was like this. You see, I reasoned this way. If you need it, you'll buy it. It doesn't matter if I'm good at marketing.
If you need a toothpick, we'll buy.
Yeah, you see, people make their life so complicated. Mtu sema like, okay, mi sijafanya finance, siwezi manage pesa, ama mi sijafanya marketing, so siwezi fanya biashara. But the language is so simple. Just know where the demand is. Where it doesn't matter if you are speaking, you are rude or you are soft.
Wewe enda wa
Just uliza tu msee. Mimi niko uliza msee, habari customer, aniambia mzuri. Ninauza toothpick hapa. Utachukua. That was the language.
The answer is either yes or no.
Yes or no. And then you see, nilikuwa natumia leverage system like nasema, at the end of the day, I have to go to as many customers. Can you imagine I used to walk from Embakasi, I find myself in Kayole. And I have walked.
Kupiga tu mguu.
Piga tu mguu. You see the money is coming, you are selling.
Also route 11 wewe unachukua tu unaziweka unaenda.
Nafika mahali napata okay, niko na like 3k.
Toothpick.
Nasema acha niweke. Yeah.
Na vijana wanasema hakuna job.
Nachukua nini naingia kwa Copagent. I used to have a Copagent bank account. So naambia huyu jamaa kwa juu naingia Kayole.
Wewe uko na matoothpick unaona pia inakuwa riski kwako.
You see, guys, you see with money you can't just you know. So the thing is, si lazima uko na idea marketing ama nini.
Ati kitu noma complicated.
In fact, that's why tunajiulizanga, mbona wala wase hawajasoma wengine succeed in the business world.
Wale scholars of marketing, scholars of finance, wameshindwa.
Because we do a lot. Si wase tumesoma, kama mimi saka accountant. Ukikama uniambie nikupe advice venye uta create your business. The language I'll give you, I'll complicate everything.
But the thing
because is, nitafanya risk analysis,
ambaye iko at times it's a barrier kwa business.
One thing Moses have learned with business and which I can tell the youth, if you have an idea, fanya hivi. Tafuta your capital, no matter how small it is. Usisikize mtu. Wewe enda. Nunua tafuta client. Sawa. On the way utajua,
utalan
ujue
pale nimebonga mbaya.
Hii product kaangware waezi. Unaona? Utajua.
Utaanza kucheza
Utalan on the way hii product kaangware wanunui. Lakini kibira
hii kitu inachukulika hii.
Unaona? So unless mimi mwambia mtu kama unataka kuanzisha business, make a lot of money, do hivi. Enda shule usome, utafute job za CFO, managing director. Lakini kama business is about perseverance, is about learning, and then the money comes.
The money comes later.
Lazima ulearn. Hakuna venye mbose utaanzisha busy.
Upate pesa na go through the process.
Unaona? So lazima you learn. Ndio nini? Na mwambianga youth usisikize mtu jumia na mimi yote nikianzisha biashara ya toothpick. I was told like boss, brother, this is a joke. You guy, you're just sitting at the office.
But umesema ulikuwa unakula thao.
Mimi kwa make between 1,200 a day. See, I was paying the rent.
Toothpick?
Yeah. Sikuhama. Do you know how much that box bring? That box, every box ya toothpick inakupa. Ukiuza yote ina single inakupa 2k.
Usone jamii siona opportunity kwa hii toothpick.
2k profit margin. So what you need to do, you just need to have legs.
So kitu nataka hapa ni miguu zako. Na uende mbele.
Yeah, kama unaweza buy bike better. But kama una alternative, you only need your legs. And you see the capital was so low.
Capital kwa how much?
Nilianza na capital ya 3650. That was the price of the box. 3650.
Yeah, so then
unaona?
Kuna wasema wanasema
the total sales is 6,000. So you can do the maths. We are talking about 2,100.
Wewe na accountant bro. Sasa nini inazuia vijana hapa nje ku develop ideas kama? Kuna wase hapa nje.
Let me tell you, kitu inazuianga vijana ni moja. Vijana wanataka instant cash. Unaona? Alafu vijana wengi unapatanga kijana ana pressure yoyote. Unajua ana pressure ya life. Anajua okay, mimi nikipata
aishi na muombaji.
Nikipata so mbili ama so ya madodo nikombe. Unaona? Alafu vijana wengi wamejiingiza kwa vitu zinaitwa betting.
So unapata dogo na bet.
Betting, what I can say with betting is not a bad thing and it's not a good thing. What I can say, it depends on how you are doing the betting. Unaona? Because the worst scenario of betting ni inakoroga mind. Una believe one day you'll win that.
Utashika mita siku day fulani.
Yeah. And that is a poor man's mentality. Do you know the rich people bet? But do you know how they bet? They bet for fun. As in someone sets up, there's a book called A Millionaire's Mind. That book says the rich people also bet.
But they bet for
They
fun.
also spoil their money. But there's a difference between how the rich spoil their money and how the poor spoil their money. What happens with the rich is that the rich, what they normally do, they have something called a spoilage account. An account they have set specifically.
In your damages.
Yeah, they are going to set aside like 1,000 bob every month. At the end of the year, that is 12k.
Na huyu naye ana huyu poor man anakuja kuspoil
the entire
unga yake yote
inaisha. The rich also wanna bet, but they are betting for fun. So unaona huko Congress course. They are betting for fun. It's not an issue hata wakilose.
Akilose akona fees ya watoto, akona rent, akona
So the best thing is ambia my youth ni kwanza jitoe mentality ya poverty. And then hata ukiamka asubuhi angalia tu kioo kisemanga I'm rich. Na make every day making acclamation unasema like today is the day. I need to work hard. I need to double my income. Unaona? Weka sasa ideas zitaanza kukaa. Ukisha set your mentality
ideas zitakama.
Na usiogope kufanya anything. Hata kama hata uko na opportunity ati unaweza weka nguo zako kaho kauze.
Bigger business.
As long as hawking inakuletea
wewe
3K in a day.
Kuna watu wenye kwa aibu wanasema wase watasema nitakuwa nimechoma. We toothpick unashuka hivi kwa shop ya msee na toothpick.
Mimi the funny thing is that hiyo time niko na tembeza toothpick. I used to meet my so called rich friends. I didn't care.
Uko na mali.
Mimi niko na mali kwa bag. Nimebeba. Hata kuna wengine niko hapana nao kwa duka. Ninapeana mali. Buda squeeze. Then And you know ukiwa huko job yenye system body uonyesha umechapa umekonda, yani there is that scenario uko wapi. But hiyo time kitu liko na ni motivate ni kwa mesema kitu ya kwanza sitaki kuhama kwa hii hao naishi.
So lipe rent, family pate food.
That's the thing. And the biggest idea is pay all the guys who are working in corporate and everything. Because food is one of the basic needs una need. Kama unaweza kuwa na any business iko food related, it can really help you when you are employed. It really helps you. Because I had opened a butchery earlier.
Also uko na kampango kakando.
Nilikuwa na butchery earlier, kalikuwa kanauza nyama na nini. So ile time sikuwa job. Story kaza food.
Butchery
umesoma. So muambie wase at least try to have.
So ukiwa job ujipange utafute ka something pale nje. Usikwe comfortable but hii mshahara imetosha.
It's risky because unapatanga nature most of our jobs ni contract based.
Yeah. Anything can happen.
Contract is about emotions. Kama uko lucky maybe unakuwa civil servant, you're very lucky because civil service you see that you're firing it's
a long process.
It's a long process. But as long as uko in private sector it's risky. Na ndio mwambianga wase hii life sijui kwa nini mayouth waogopa kutake risk. Juu hata wewe ukizaliwa ni risk.
Mother alichukua risk.
At the end of the day after hii life hautakuwa. Hiyo tu unashika.
Ngoja.
It's risky.
After life hatutakuwa.
It's risky.
So to sort stuff sahi.
Sort everything sahi. Juu hata ukiogopa, unaogopa. And then hii life hautakama life, utakick.
Hakuna msatoka hapa.
Try to take those risks. Kuanga hizo risk ukienda.
My brother Steve. We need to advise maliza hisho. Advise maliza. To our viewers, this is an interesting conversation with Steve. Na amesema kwamba he started a garbage collection. How he got into garbage collection is story ilikuwa very complicated. Mzazi alimlipia nyumba kwa slum 2 months na akamwambia kishaka katika story imeisha. Na kweli 2 months ikafika, mzazi akasema nilikuwa serious nikisema 2 months. So he got himself akiishi kwa nyumba fulani, zile nyumba za maombi za uganga akasurvive pale 250, wanaume wawili wakashindwa kulipa 125. But the advantage ni kwamba ilimweka in a tight position, ikabidi I think outside the box or even without the box. Akaanza kufanya garbage collection, akaipiga, mwishowe 4 years waiting ku set up an operational cyber cafe. Lakini wakaifanya, ikawasaidia. And out of this, kuna something of great importance I mention. That while running the cyber cafe, I'll pick interest ya ku understand management of finances, etc. Akaanza kusoma online. What do you use your internet for? Most of us tuko na some exposure, uko na some bundles, but you never use your internet kusoma na kugrow your knowledge. The only thing unafanya unacheza porn, pale watu ma Instagram na nini. Okay, keep on liking those photos. Keep on liking those things you see on Facebook. But at the end of the month, it doesn't matter how many photos you liked. It doesn't matter how many articles you read on Facebook. They will not pay your rent. Lakini for him, alitumia that opportunity to learn a new skill, QuickBooks.
Yeah.
Alipoiva pole, akadevelop interest into accounting. Na from garbage collection, he's a fully fledged accountant. Na hiyo story kwangu ni story noma. Please go to our YouTube channel, Teketeke Nation Live. Subscribe. Thank you so much, my brother.
Okay,
I'm very excited because story yako nimeiona, nimeona collect garbage, nimeona ukran cyber ina internet, nimeona ukiuza tupepa fulani government ikatubana. Yeah. Toothpick ndio umeniambia leo kutoka Embakasi paka Oyole. Alafu pia wewe ndio shida, unaweza dunga watu na toothpick, pia unaogopa kuibiwa. Unaweka doza zako kwa umesema kwa something.
Niko natumia kopeje.
Unaweka doza zako ukwe safe. So his story ni noma. What we mean, it is inawezekana. You just need to have a dream, run towards your dream. It will take some time, lakini inawezekana. Until next time, thank you so much and God bless you. Subscribe on our YouTube channel, Teketeke Nation Live.
Thank you very much.
Bro.
Yeah.